The city of angels is black and gold. You are listening to the Heart of LAFC podcast. And now, Joseph Zacher.
Greetings, Los Angeles. Welcome to episode 308 of the Heart of LAFC podcast. That's right, we're back again. Yes, it's a break for everybody, but, well, everybody else, right? We're on break, but they're not. We get to enjoy it, watch LAFC 2 be fully stacked this weekend, and then get ready for Leagues Cup. All good things. And, of course, the big one, Women's World Cup is on. Games have been exciting so far. Really good. Bam is actually at the game between Canada and Nigeria, which is just wrapping up right now. We might get a cameo live from Australia, hopefully in a little bit from him. He'll be checking in with us. And Araceli, of course, is back in town, back in LA, doing her thing, being a proper tourist tonight. We'll definitely get her back on next week again. But yeah, this is a great time for us to recap a game and talk about the Leagues Cup and talk about the rumors, because there's been a lot. And of course, a three-ring circus that all follows Messi, and more Messi. Tony is, of course, with me tonight. Usual suspects. Tony, how you doing tonight?
What's going on, you guys? I'm doing pretty well. And yes, Messi, or if you want to call it Inter Barcelona reunion tour Miami, because that's what it's pretty much shaping up to be, bringing the rumor Iniesta back. You saw Alba back as well and everything. So they're just trying to do a reunion tour for Barcelona at this moment in time.
The retirement team versus the retirement league, I guess, is how it's going to play itself out if this keeps up the way it is. I mean, it will be the most epic over 30 team I've ever seen if this all plays itself out. I've seen the fake out lineups, and you got to be kidding with all the rumors, but we know it's not going to happen that way. You know, it's all wishful thinking. They have to completely revamp the league to get that, but who knows? All these names might be scattered throughout the league by the time this all gets done, since there's a lot of teams, including us, that have space for players like that. So we will see how that goes. And, of course, join the comments today. We're definitely going to talk about some rumors. Anything you want to fire off, guys, do that today when we get into comments, because there's a lot to run with. Silly season is also happening if you want to add into the three-ring circus. So we got to throw that in, too. And I think there's hat box conversations and – yeah, it's real. It's happening. We love it when the transfer window is open. Of course, before we get into that stuff, we did have a game that played, a game that drawed once again, of course, against Minnesota United FC. Seems like that's what we love to do against them, is draw, and we just kind of did it again. Right, Tony? I mean, it seems to be like tradition at this point.
Yeah,
we tie them on the road.
Yeah, anytime we go to Minnesota, we've never beaten them there. It's always a tie. It's at this point. They even mentioned that on the broadcast that, you know, anytime we go up to Minnesota, there's never a clear winner.
Never. The only thing you worry about is, of course, coming home healthy. That's the big concern every time. But yeah, I guess we're just all about getting the draw. So let's just jump into it, and then we'll get into the fun stuff, of course. Post recap. Tony's laughing because that's what we do. We cover the game. Yeah, we do, but it's silly season, so I know you guys have fun with that. So all right, let's jump into it. Who we had out there, what goes on. Of course, we played this game over the weekend. Carlos Vela, of course, was your goal scorer. So was Emmanuel Reynoso. Familiar names in this conversation. Lineups, though, were a little bit interesting. For us, of course, we had McCarthy in goal, Maldonado, and the return of Long. Thank goodness he's back. Palacios on the left, Hollingshead on the right. All-star Hollingshead. Dig that. Sanchez, Cifuentes, and Acosta were your midfielders. No big surprises there. Up top was Vela, Buke, and Bouanga. As we know, Buke earned it by what he's been doing so far. So, again, I think no surprises to us when it came to the lineup, Tony, right? We were pretty spot on with that one.
Yeah, like I said, it's the final game. There's no reason to change up unless you want to play the young kids, which is totally fine. But we needed the points moving into the second half of the season.
Yeah, and we're in striking distance with first place St. Louis, so you've got to take what you can before the break happens, because Leagues Cup's going to get crazy, and it's a long time off, so take whatever momentum you can. Now, for Minnesota, not that surprising with what they went with. They went with St. Clair, of course, in goal. Debasi and Boxall were their center backs, with Taylor and Valentin as their outside backs. Trapp and Arriaga were dropped in low for the 4-2-3-1. Reynoso, of course, was the playmaker, with Langwane on the right wing and Dotson on the left wing. Again, no surprises. They're very kind of typical. And of course, their new star Pookie was in the game. Why would he not be? And so that is what they ran with. And of course, through the match, substitutions we kind of expected. If we want to talk about those, we can. And no real surprises throughout this entire game. It was super typical. But I think the run of the play was a little bit of a surprise, right, Tony? What went down in this game?
Pretty much everything happened in the first half, and then there was a lot of missed opportunities in the second half. Pookie was one of those who will mention as I know it's later in the game, but missed a sitter, a complete sitter. Honestly, it's one of those things is they brought him in to help Reynoso, and this is what you get. But in order for Pookie to feel the pain of that one, we have to go back to the first half, which in the 21st minute, Carlos Vela scores by very old school Carlo Vela-esque goal of juking the goalkeeper, juking everybody else, and getting the ball, hitting it with the center of the box to the bottom left corner. And like it was typical 2019, 3 minutes later, Minnesota comes back in a very, as they said, the announcers were going kind of a little, I would say a little bit more artistic, or a little going with the flow of what things to say is like, why isn't there a team of the week goal for this season? Because that was a very, very teammated, like a very pass friendly goal, and found Reynoso pretty much almost unmarked, but marked in the middle of the box, and he put it away. And those were pretty much the highlights. Of course, we did have some substitutions on our side. We had Sanchez come out for Dueñas come out, and Dueñas came in. Maldonado came out, and Chiellini came in, and Bogus and Ordaz both came in as well. Bogus for Vela and Ordaz for Buke.
Yeah, the standards. I think the only thing that really stood out when it came to substitutions is concern over Carlos Vela. Again, we got 2019 Vela for a few moments there, but he came off the field hurt. I don't know how hard it was. Could be minor. It looked like muscle wear and tear kind of injury. It doesn't look like it's something long term, but he did call for himself to be taken off. He definitely was signaling it. He didn't look right for a few minutes there, and yeah, you don't take chances on him. That's for sure. So you kind of expected it once you saw him tighten up there, and it didn't look too serious. It did look like either cramping or a strain of some sort. Did it look too crazy to you there, Tony, or just
I think it was just wear and tear. Like I said, it's been a long season. I actually want to thank our LAFC faithful fans, supporters for keeping with us, keeping with the team, because I know as the team is, and also with us, we're kind of feeling a little burnt out as well, because we've technically played a full season, with league, with Champions League, US Open Cup, and the regular season. It's already been a full season played, and now we have to come up with League Cup and another championship game to play against Tigres. So take this rest as best as you can before we come back to BMO, and just relax and enjoy the family while you enjoy your summer break.
Well, yeah, of course, on the calendar, it looks like we have this long break until the 20th of August for the next league match against Colorado, but we all know that's not true. We'll be back in it quick. And yes, we're going to cover Leagues Cup pretty heavy since it starts tomorrow. And for many of you listening on the pod itself, it'll be today, right? It'll be Friday. And so you're going to have a little bit of a preview from us, pretty much about the teams that matter to us in the moment. And of course, the spectacle that is. So we will get you guys covered after we get into conversation with you guys in your comments. Now, looking at the match, I think key breakaways for me, key moments for me, is just basically keeping it dialed in, being consistent, being better with the finishing, and being happy we got away with the draw, because they should have beaten us. In truth, they did have the opportunities to win, and we had opportunities too, but they had the golden ones, and they couldn't get the job done in their house. So a point on the road I will take. It wasn't the prettiest game, but there were moments. Your final take on this, Tony, before we move on and talk about 3 stars?
Not the prettiest game. It's a point. Take it as you can. Like I said, we're still fighting for first in the West. I know it doesn't mean much moving forward, as in the new playoff system, but home field advantage is still a thing. So we can continue try and win that, so we can play at home and don't have to travel and get that home cooking. So, our players can rest. Also, our supporters and fans can rest as well and not have to travel crazy enough. But traveling is fun, especially in the MLS. But a point's a point. It's better than what we've been doing the past couple games where we couldn't even get a point and get a gimme point. So I'll take it. Minnesota, it's pretty much the best that we can do at the moment until we figure out that puzzle and that answer to winning over there.
There we go. We'll find an edge. We'll bring more guys in, right? Who knows? It won't be till next year, possibly the playoffs, that we play over there, and it won't even be that either. So there it is. All right, so let's talk about those 3 stars and who we thought stood out for this game. I'll throw it to you first, and I'll throw mine out there. Who you got, man?
For mine, it's probably Vela. Sanchez. Vela is number 1 for the goal and showing his old prime self. Next would probably be Boanga. Just tearing eyes and just couldn't. Again, he just needs to be back to the beginning of the season where he was just tearing up the league and the Champions League as well. We did see that. We'll touch upon it about the MLS All-Star game, how he kind of came back a little bit. And the other one for me will probably be Buke for putting in the performance that he did. Like he's building upon it. Like, it's not what we need him to, but it's a start to something. Let's just say that.
He's going in the right direction. We'll say that. He's not regressing now. Now he's progressing. I get you, man. That's for sure. So I think my 3 stars, of course, top star goes to Vela for actually putting it in, right? Again, showing the form that we need from him, especially with Leagues Cup coming down the line here. If we're going to make a run in that tournament, we're going to need that Vela. So good on him. Second star, I'm going to go down into the midfield here, and Ilie and his war that he had to fight against, 3 guys around him all game. That is not an easy feat. And my third star, I'm going to go with Hollingshead because he was extremely active in this game and nearly got us the goal, right? He nearly stole the game out of nowhere. Very unfortunate on the way the ball curved. I thought he had it. I thought it was gonna dip at the right time there and get the right swerve. It didn't quite get enough there. But I will give him honorable mention because he did put in a good performance before representing all of us at the All-Star game. So there is that. Congrats to both guys who went too. All right, so those are our 3 stars. Definitely, guys, join the conversation today. If you want to throw your 3 stars, throw your 3 stars. If you want to talk about everything else, including room reveal, this is the time to do it. All right, let's get to you guys. Let's see your reactions. Join this conversation. Let's see what we got going. We got a couple comments so far. Let me go all the way up to the top here. I see Anthony Bermudez with the first. Good having you on here, Anthony. Marvin the Traveler says, what's up? Just got back from DC a few hours ago. Glad to be back. If there was ever a time to talk about the All-Star game, Marvin on his way back is probably that best time to do it. And I will just throw this out here. I do not understand why we played Arsenal. I don't get it. I know, East Coast, right? But I don't get it. You have Leagues Cup against Liga MX and all their stars. If there was ever a time to play the Liga MX All-Stars, this was it. Like, seriously, you could have featured all the stars in both leagues and then broke them off into their teams for this massive tournament that we're going to have. Would have been perfect marketing, but instead we get drubbed by Arsenal's BC team with some of their debuts. It was embarrassing. Let's be honest. Really a nice way to fall on your face to the international community, right? When Messi is drawing attention to the league. Well done, everybody. It's kind of the MLS way. When the world is watching, you fall on your face. They did it again. And it can't be mad at the players. They were hodgepodge together for photo ops. And then, hey, go play Arsenal. It's not like they're contending for anything in their league. Oh, wait, they always are. They're looking pretty good again. They're looking good again. Come on. You don't think they're going to look good this year, Tony?
But are they contending for anything?
Well, nobody can contend because Manchester City bought everybody. We already know this.
Technically they choked this season. Like, let's be honest. Like, Manchester City did have all the players and did have like the money to spend, but at the end of the day, we understand this in order to get the number one spot in Community Shield, you have to take points away, and when it mattered the most, they couldn't. So
no,
it is what it is.
No.
So
they've brought some new faces in. We saw some new faces. But yeah, it was a great way for us to embarrass ourselves. I'll just throw that out there, and really dumb. So there is that. Let's see if anybody's threw any all-star stuff before I get into the other conversation, because I see some rumors. Oh, here we go. David Day, and I like this one. Didn't realize the all-star game happened. I'm not gonna lie, like, I do know it was happening, but I totally forgot about the skills competition until it's like, hey, everybody's talking about the skills competition. I guess I'll turn it on. Hey, everybody's talking about the All-Star game. What time did it kick off? So I'm kind of guilty like you, where I knew it was this week. Man, I am tired dealing with real football to deal with that nonsense spectacle. Yeah, I think we're all kind of over it. I'm kind of over it. I mean, All-Star games are fun, but they need to be All-Star games, not these weird exhibitions. We should be over this. The Liga MX thing was fun. It's been fun the times we've done it. I don't know why we just can't keep doing that, but there's that. Marvin, who was out there, sorry you had to travel all that way for that nonsense, dude. But basically, it's 100% bad call by Garber, hurting MLS yet again. It's short-sighted. They're figuring everybody's going to forget it the minute the dude in the pink jersey shows up on Friday. So that might be the case too. Michael, not Mike, says All-Star game, who cares? Right. I mean, that's what it should be. Who cares? But yeah, why even put the guys through it and fly them across country, right? Jonah B, it's all chemistry from Arsenal. MLS All-Stars had no chem. How do you expect them to? It's impossible to have the chemistry that a club team has, right? They have their core of players. They know what system they're going to play. Everyone has their expectations. They're getting ready to play a season. What are the All-Stars getting ready to do? Go back and play Leagues Cup with the team they actually have chemistry with. It's nonsense. Nonsense marketing. All right. So I see all that. I also see the other rumors. So let's get into the rumor conversation. This one is running everywhere. Tony right now is shaking his head and laughing because, he is the king of Winger FC. He's the official mayor of Winger FC. Tony's laughing at me now, but yeah, here's the name. There it is. Chucky Lozano. Chucky Lozano. Have you heard the rumors? Yeah, I think everyone's heard the rumors, Anthony. It is flowing. It is flying. It is all over the place. But from what I have heard, there is not much actual gas on the fire here. I think it's Rumorville. Guys, it's a silly season number one. Not like he'd be a great player for us. I'm not saying that. He would be great. It could be somebody ginning up interest, like maybe his agent. They do this. But I haven't heard any energy from our end. So I think this is silly season. What do you think, Tony?
It fits us because of the winger situation. It doesn't fit what we need, which is a number 9. But again, it fits with, does this mean this is Vela's final season with us? Is he retiring to replace the Latin all-star in our group? So it'd be cool to see him. We don't need him, as we already have Bouanga and Buke and Bogus and 20 other million wingers that we brought in. And yeah, I would love to see him as Mexican national team. Cool, but I'd rather get a good number 9 or number 10 at the end of the thing. And also, the money doesn't make sense. Also, I've been seeing the rumors of what we've been paying them, and I think that would be one of the highest paid that we've ever played for a player at this moment in time, which is kind of ridiculous.
Well, he's cash in age. If he goes anywhere, it's the cash in. This is the age when you make your big contract. This is the age you do it. You're not setting to retire and go easy for the last few years. Dude probably has 5 seasons left in him. There's no way. There's no way he's going to come here for cheap. He would have to be one of the top transfers ever in the league because he's an informed player. If he goes back to Mexico, how much do you think he's going to make?
Oh,
crazy money, right?
Yeah, crazy, because look at look at what Pizarro made and how he, pretty much how most like Mexican national team members who stay in Mexico make before they get sold to Europe for a dumb amount of money, and don't see that in action play. So it's that's the main thing. I don't see him. I see him at probably 2 more good years in Europe, depending where he goes. I think Spain is probably Spain or back to the Dutch league is probably the best way for him to keep going at the pace, because I don't see him playing in the Premiership, because that's a very rough and tumble league, and I don't see him taking those shots like that.
Same with Bundesliga. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't think that's his vibe. No, I don't know why he wouldn't be happy where he's at. To be honest, I mean, I know playtime is an issue, right? But the challenge is there. The paycheck is there.
Yeah.
I don't see it making sense for him to come here. Not yet. 2 years from now, yeah, definitely in 2 years. Now it's a stretch. It will cost us a lot to make that happen. So I don't think it's happening. I think it's just an awesome, silly season rumor and lets us all dream, kind of like winning the lotto, right? We all get to dream a little bit for about 30 seconds, and it's like, oh yeah, reality. Wolf, thank you for also asking that exact question that Tony answered right when you posted it, which was pretty cool. All right, so Anthony Bermudez also says, if we get Lozano, who's our number 9, though? Nobody is. That's the problem. That is a problem, as Tony just said for the 27th time. Where's our number 9? Where's our number 9? Where's our number 9? We've been saying this since Chicho left. Right? Am I wrong? Or where's our playmaker, right? Where's that guy at? Where's our two-way midfielder? Where's that guy at? No, let's get another winger is kind of what we expect these days. So I think that's why the rumors are what they are. So yeah, I mean, I think that's the big situation at hand is, what do you do? David Day, he goes 50-50, 80-20. I'd say 20-80 at this point. Probably 10-90. 10% chance, 90%. Nah. I think that's where that one's at. So yeah, I mean, that's the big rumor that stood out. I would just say this. I don't want to do anything crazy, but I would say look at the names getting linked to Miami. All 27 of them, and one of those names might be heading our way. Have I narrowed it down enough there, Tony?
Yeah, I think pretty much did.
Yeah. So look at that list. It's not all for Miami. Those rumors are for other teams in this league. They just seem to be the easy team to link.
Well, they did have the conversation with the head for the MLS office about changing rules coming. I don't know if that will apply this season or next season, but since what Miami is doing, there's a lot of rules that need to be changed in order for this to happen. And so, again, with this happening, this is good for the league in general. Finally get a good amount of people in so we can be flexible with the people who want to spend and want to grow the culture / the football on the field and the product, while it doesn't matter for other teams who just want to be in the league and everything like that. So,
well, those of you that have any history with this league would know that when Galaxy got Beckham, they kind of changed a lot of rules, and mid-season rules too. It wasn't like they waited.
Yeah,
I think I saw Bam kind of appear and disappear there. We might be getting Bam on right now, guys. Perfect timing too. Yeah, it basically. Yeah, we're gonna get somebody special. I think we're gonna get a couple special players. I just don't think the names have been floated yet to us. I do think they're gonna change the rules too, and I think they're gonna up the salary cap because now you have a lot more cash flow. It all makes sense with Messi coming to town. Everybody's gonna make money off this, so expect changes. And when they do it mid-season, yeah, this is MLS. They might do it at the end of the League's Cup, just cause, But you don't have much time because the transfer window is, like open right now. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. Let's see. I see Ox in the mix. Good having you on, sir. Dig it. See what else we got going on here. Lunch special Geo. So Griezmann to LAFC confirmed. Possibly. I think we see Bam. I don't see his camera, but we might get some audio from the man. Let's see. Bam, can you hear us, Bam?
Nope. Okay.
No, so here's the deal, guys. Bam is at the stadium. He's actually in Melbourne right now. He just watched the Canada versus Nigeria match. He's trying again. Will we try this again, Tony? What do you think?
Try it. Go for it.
Boom. Bam. Can
How
you
are we
hear
all?
us?
Hey, what's
I
up?
can you hear me?
Hey,
We can hear you,
I
sir.
can hear
Loud and
you,
clear.
sir.
Good. Unfortunately, my earphones died as I was leaving the stadium, so I'm going to have to do it old school, like I'm talking on the phone.
It's when you get one of those fancy little logos for Bam right now to put over this microphone.
Yeah.
Just saying. But Bam can do that homework. Yeah. All right. So, Bam, how are things going at the World Cup? It's been amazing from what I've seen so far with 2 opening days, not one, but 2 opening ceremonies. How is it, sir?
It's been amazing. I'm just walking out of the Nigerian Canada, which ended up in nil or draw. There was a bit of everything. There was a penalty that was saved after the Nigerian players decided to scrub up the penalty spot. After that, Nigerian player got red carded. It's been amazing.
Yeah. So 0-0 draw, right? They drawed that one out.
It was a great game though. For a 12:30 kickoff on a Friday afternoon, 21,000 people rocked up. So great amount of people.
So far, so good. I think all the games we've seen, all 3 games have been stellar in terms of atmosphere, crowd, environment. It's been really, really good. Are you heading to any other games in the tournament, or is it going to be kind of tough to get to them because they're kind of spread about?
Did we lose him? We lost him.
Bam?
I think so.
He'll try to get back on in a few here. So yeah, Bam is there. He's doing the World Cup thing. If you guys haven't watched, the last game was on Fox 11, which is pretty impressive. And the budget, the whole
there he
setup is there. He
There
is.
we
So
go.
Bam, I was saying that the actual production value here in the United States is actually very high. They're in Sydney Harbor for all of the studio stuff. Right by where the cruise ships come in and out. It's pretty nice looking there, and they're spending pretty good budget. So it looks good. Primetime main TV in the United States for the match between Nigeria and Canada. So far so good. It's getting good coverage here and at a good time slot for us West Coasters.
Yeah.
How about the time? Yeah, go for it.
The next game kicks off in I think now it's a 3 p.m. or 5 p.m. kickoff here, so either now or in 2 hours' time. The time zone for me is finally great. To everyone that complains about it, welcome to my life.
Yeah, this is your off time because you work all night, so it makes perfect sense for you.
Oh no, that though. Just even for Australians, like having kickoffs at prime time Australia time is perfect. You're not competing against much, so it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. It's primetime Australia, right? But it's also early evening West Coast United States. So, the first game's kicking off, and it's like a 7:30, 7 p.m. kickoff, and the second game's 10 p.m., which that ain't so bad on the West Coast. Let's be honest. We've seen World Cups way later, especially in Japan. So we know that it's not a big deal for us. We can watch these East Coasters. They got to do some work this time, but they always get the cool European times. So it's our turn to enjoy it. That's for sure.
It is.
What are your thoughts about Australia and how they performed? Are things looking good for them to make a good run?
I think it is. After watching Canada and Nigeria, who are also in the Australian.
Mm-hmm. As you see, guys, he's traveling from stadium, so it's a little bit funky. Let's see if we get him back here. But as he's going to talk about now, if you guys haven't watched it, it's been amazing. Yeah, we lost him there. Check out the opening ceremonies. They had 2 separate opening ceremonies since it's in 2 separate countries. It's in Australia and New Zealand, so each got their opening day moments. Go look it up on YouTube. It's pretty cool, especially culturally. Very welcoming so far. And Bam will be checking in with us from time to time on that as well. And of course, we'll probably get him on for the next episode too, depending on when we pop that up. But yeah, he's doing his best to come back on. We'll see if he gets back on in a little bit. We're going to keep going with our stuff. And if we get Bam, we'll keep going with his. Let me see here. Yeah, so lunch special Gio talked about Griezmann. LAFC confirmed. I've always felt with Griezmann, it was going to be this handing or passing of the torch between him and Vela. That just had that vibe, right? Could that be next year? I don't know. If Vela keeps playing the way he's playing, I think he stays with us another year. I know you guys are like, no. Hey, if he signs for the right amount of money, like it's about the money, right? I think we'd keep him on. But if he's high end, he's not. Right. So I still feel that at one point, I think you're on the right track, Gio, that Griezmann will be wearing black and gold at some stage. I don't know when, but I think that's one of those players that does have interest for sure. Oh yeah, and Anthony Bermudez says they asked Garces, about it, and he pleaded the fifth. I think he was having fun with you guys. If you ever met him, you'd understand. He's a good guy, and he has a great history with Chucky. So when he says pleading the fifth, he didn't say now, and nobody said now. It could be in a year from now or two from now. So there you go. Here's another one for Tony to chew on. How about Raul Jimenez to LAFC? You go for it, man.
He hasn't been the same since his head injury. It's if the money's right and not DP money, then 100% I would take him. But it's at this point he's like not necessarily damaged goods, but kind of a little bit of a damaged good. He's not the same player that he once was.
There you go. So again, we need a striker. We need an informed striker. That's all we're asking for. Jonah B. He's asking about that TAM deal rumor that popped up on Twitter and it ran around on Twitter. Can we give Ella a TAM deal and get a second DP? From our understanding, you cannot do that mid-season. I know everybody talks about one Galaxy player, but again, Galaxy has their own rules. We already know that. Real world now, this world that we're in now, I guess that's not something that's permitted. We would have to wait till end of season to make that deal happen. Unless the league changed the rules and they add another DP, which is the other rumor Jonah B was talking about of adding more cap space, adding another DP. They had league meetings yesterday. I don't know what came from the league meetings, but everyone's involved. So we'll see what happens there. And yeah, Jonah, that Messi and friends is the reason why. But look, the money stream that's now going to come in because of Messi does get everybody a chance to do more. This is one of those things. This is way bigger than Beckham. Way big. I know you're like, really? It is. It is. The whole world is watching now. The whole world. You're going to see insanity. You're going to see primetime Messi. This is big. And everyone is going to profit off of this thing. So as long as he stays healthy, knock on wood, this should be a spectacle for a while here. What does that mean for us? Well, let's beat the dude. That's all. Let the world watch LAFC be Messi. That's cool. But yeah, it's going to be rather interesting. But yes, everyone's going to make money. That's for sure. Wolf says, can we get a midfielder number 9? That's been in our wish list forever. My stocking has been hanging for 2 years, waiting for that to show up in my stocking, and it hasn't yet. So we'll keep doing it. We'll keep doing it. Bam, I know reception's bad, man. You're traveling. We totally get it, dude. It's just cool that you were able to hop on, man. And get us a check-in from the environment and how things are going. And yeah, we'll cover it more when you get back on. That's for sure. So those are our comments for now, guys. I do expect you to toss a couple out there as we get into some other stories and talk about not just the transfer window, not just about the next games, but community stuff as well, because we do need to address some stuff on community. So let's get into that. So, Tony, I'm going to throw this to you. It's community time, sir. What you got?
So of course the senior housing and sessional drive is still going on. If you guys can, they need toiletries, bed and bath, kitchen and clothing items. If you want the full list, just hit up, I believe it's on the cruise one. But speaking of crew, unfortunately, we have lost one of our fellow brethren in their parts. Just happened recently. Today, we come together in their official post to help one of our members, Edgar Perez, who we asked kindly to help him out, donation to help Edgar and his family during these difficult times. From the looks of it, not too much information. He just needs some, some help. So if you have anything to give to them as a community, let's come together and donate what we can. Hit up the crew on their Instagram for more information on that, as well as, of course, our own fundraiser that we're doing, not us, but LAFC with the Mo Facio Futsal Court. Right now, we are not donating because there was a kind of a weird glitch in the matrix for them. So at this moment in time, when that comes up, we'll I suggest you donate to get this court built. But other than that, that's all I have for community news at the moment.
There we go. All right. And I did want to mention something in terms of community news for those who actually went out to the watch parties this past weekend, those who went out to the big one that was supposed to be the big joint watch party. I'm going to apologize on behalf of the 3252 while I'm not in charge of that thing or leading it these days. Still, not cool to have people travel down in there. That pub knew better and they let us down. Those who were able to jump on with other ones, good on you guys for making it out there. But yeah, for everybody made that trek, sorry guys. I know we were promoting it on this show as well, and we'll all do better and keep things a little bit more on the on the level, of course. For the next ones, we'll keep you updated because Tony has his ear to it and he gets you guys all the info you need. One less pub to worry about, that's for certain, right, Tony?
Yeah, they did at the end in the second half did end up getting the TVs working and everything like that and made it an official good watch party. But in the beginning, I was there. It kind of was what the hell's going on? It was kind of a bust. It was a cool hangout, but I know most of us were there to watch the game. And so shout out for the other socials and supporter groups that were having their watch parties and letting other people join in. So I've been grateful, and shout out to the people who did stay and made it a proper watch party after for the second half.
Good on you guys for sticking it out. For sure. Of course, other community stuff. Of course, there's World Cup watch parties everywhere. I know ACFC's got a bunch. A couple of museums in downtown are actually showing up for free as well. So yeah, you might see some of us around some of those because it's going to be fun. This is going to be one heck of a run this year. All right, LAFC2 update. I know Araceli is the one that handles this, but again, she is busy. She's promoting a match coming up very, very soon that you're going to hear about with Wrexham. Yeah, that Wrexham's in town. And so, yes. And also, I will say this in terms of LAFC2 and the update, I will be at the next LAFC2 match, as will Araceli. So calling out and say hello. I'm doing the Halos and Wings Day, at least for me, where Halos during the day and Gold Wings at night. I'm going to have fun in Orange County, I guess, for the day. But yes, definitely come on out, say hi. Nice thing is LAFC2 will be fully stacked with players because nothing else is going on, so they have nowhere else to play. Good news there. Now, in terms of LAFC2, they did lose to Minnesota's second team 2-0. Yeah. Join us on Sunday. Games kicking off at 5 p.m. I believe on the weekends it's free parking too, so that's not a bad thing. Yeah. Yes.
I did watch that game with my father. It was a very interesting side again there. From what I saw, the quality is they're still learning to play with each other. You can tell. There's also a night and day difference between senior side Dueñas and Ordaz and LAFC2 Dueñas and Ordaz. It's just they feel like they have to take it all upon themselves, but they're making forceful passes that they usually know how to make. So again, it's season one. Sometimes we don't get it right the first time around, but they are progressing. They're doing it. They're doing what they need to do. So hopefully moving forward, they get it. We right the ship, and for season 2, we get it done right and are a mid-table team. I want us to be a top table team, but a mid-table team would be acceptable for next season for me.
Yeah, they'll definitely build on it. I saw one player did depart today as well. But yes, calling out in this weekend. See what's going on. You'll see us out there. I don't know if Tony can make it to this one. Not putting Tony on the spot. That's for sure. It's hard to get out to Orange County from where he lives. Really far. But just see a couple of us there. So that's cool. Now, I guess it's time for music. Yeah, that's what we do. Black and Gold Vinyl Club Minute. So, with the Barbie Oppenheimer explosion of pink and nukes this weekend, we just decided, hey, what the heck? We'll play along as well. So for this album, I chose 1,000 Suns by Linkin Park. It came out in 2010. The title and theme and album were influenced by J. Robert Oppenheimer's quotes on the first explosion of the atomic bomb. I kid you not. It's kind of a concept album. It is a concept album for Linkin Park. It's a bit of a departure from the norms from what you hear from them, but it is actually quite amazing. They do use Oppenheimer's quotes during it in certain songs. There's others as well. I know Martin Luther King's in there too, but it's kind of a heavy album. It's heavy subject matter, but a good one. So definitely check it out. You like that one too, right, Tony?
No, I do. I love Linkin Park. Like I said, I grew up on it. Still remember the first album and where I was when I first heard it, and got me into my alternative rock emo stage as being a hip hop kid as well. So bouncing between two cultures and stuff like that. So, but Linkin Park was always near and dear to my heart, and yeah, love them.
Yeah, I think I went to that tour. They're promoting thousands. I'm pretty sure I went. Yeah, I think the Prodigy opened up from it like Staples Center. I think that was the year they did that.
Mhm.
But yeah, same here. It's always been, dude, it's Linkin Park. So there's our choice for the song of the day. Playing along like everybody else with this crazy movie weekend. All right, let's get to it. Of course, there is football coming soon. As early as tomorrow, we get back to seeing Liga MX versus MLS. Legit teams. Everyone is involved. I know we've been making fun of this tournament since pretty much the beginning. I would like to focus on league. I don't like taking 3 weeks off. I think it's a little bit nearly 2 months off. It's actually 1 month. We go back to league play on 8/20, so it's exactly 1 month before you get back to league play. I know. So it's here. It's happening. You can't avoid it, and there's a chance to go to the Club World Cup, I guess. Right? There's a way in with this tournament. So there's that too. There's an angle. There's an angle, people. So it is for something. Now, you're asking, well, if Austin and all these teams are playing on Friday, why aren't we playing yet? And I first are we even in this tournament? We are in this tournament. We actually don't enter till the second round of this tournament. I know that's weird, but 2 teams got to do that. I think it was us and was it Pachuca, right?
Mhm.
They got to sit this one out. It's weird and only 2 teams got to get a bye, but hey, we'll take the bye. We need the bye. Another week and a half off. We'll take it. So here's how it goes. Group stages will go from July 21st to the 31st. The round of 32 will be played between August 2nd and August 4th. So all you lucky folks that got your ticket, season ticket holders got the first game last time I checked. Our game will be played between the 2nd and the 4th against some interesting teams. Okay, now after that, we'll be round of 16, which is August 6th to the 8th. Quarterfinals August 11th to the 12th. And you're like, hey, wait a minute. Aren't they talking about the Rose Bowl on August 11th? That's right. They are talking about the Rose Bowl on the August 11th. So what does that mean? That would mean for us to actually play at the Rose Bowl against whatever opponent it's going to be, we not only have to win in the round of 32, we have to win in the round of 16 as well. And then finally, in the quarterfinals, if we get that far, then you get your game at the Rose Bowl. Other than that, safe bet your round of 32, round of 16 matches will be back at BMO. I can't be quoted on that, but seeing how Austin gets to play all of their first round games, all 2 of them, in their stadium, and MLS teams seem to be hosting all of these games, right? Yeah, that looks like that's the story. And that you're the top seed going into this as the team with the bye. That means, you get to host everything until a higher seed team, which there are none except Pachuca doesn't count either. We're highest seed all the way to the final if we can get that far. Now, beyond that, semifinals will be August 15th. Hey, an actual date that's locked in. And final is August 19th, according to the Leagues Cup website. Yes, Tony.
Don't we have a game on the 20th the next day? If we make it to the finals?
Yeah. So I guess LAFC 2 will be playing that game for us. So Colorado gets rescheduled
again.
So it's more than a month off.
Yeah.
Good Lord, we love rescheduling games. So if we get that far, and that's how many games now that we'd have to play in a month? 5 games in a month.
Yeah.
That's a vacation for LAFC. So there's that. That's light duty for us. So yeah. So that is the tournament. That's what it's going to look like. You're like, well, who do we play? How does this work? All right, let's do this. So we enter the round of 32. We play the second place finisher from South 1. You're like, what is South 1? South 1 is a 3-team group. that 3-team group, here we go with the round robins, Austin FC, Mazatlan, hey, Mazatlan, and FC Juarez, of which none of these teams are even 10 years old. The newbie group? Yeah, we're in the newbie group. Kings of the newbie group. So these young upstart teams, including us, yeah, that's our group. Check it out. So however it plays out, we're playing the second place finisher between Austin FC, Mazatlan FC, and Juarez. Austin FC has been, let's be honest, trash this year. They're really struggling. Mazatlan FC is the worst team in Liga MX. Congratulations, Mazatlan FC. Love the colors, not the football. And FC Juarez, which is young but competitive, right, Tony? I think is what we could say about them.
Kindly say about them.
Okay, they're like a 500 team. So if that's competitive, there you go.
You're being too
so
kind.
that's who's what?
You're being too kind to them.
I am, because I think they're going to win the group. So we're probably not going to get to play them. So it's a who's the least worst between Mazatlan and Austin. And what a letdown this would be, straight up, guys. If they make this big deal about Liga MX, playing Liga MX, and our first opponent's an MLS team. I asked the most Debbie Downer moment ever. We want to play Liga MX team. So I'm rooting for Mazatlan to finish second for very obvious reasons. I'm not going to say I'm partial. But yeah, I would really like it to be Mazatlan. So we'll see if that happens. Now, their matches, if you actually want to watch these games, the first game is tomorrow, the 21st, 7 p.m. kickoff, live from Q2 Stadium. That's right. Austin versus Mazatlan. So pretty much the second place gets settled right there. Next game, of course, will be on the 25th. A 5:30 kickoff between Mazatlan and Juarez, also at Q2 Stadium. And then Austin FC and Juarez will finish this thing out on the 29th. 5:30 kickoff as well to decide this thing. Of course, second place finisher plays us. And you're like, well, what happens after that? Well, then we play either the winner of W3 or the second place finisher of W2. Well, okay, well, who's W3? Well, W3 consists of, this is Tony's going to cry now, Carson, Leon, or Vancouver. We don't have a great history with those teams lately. Or the second place finisher of W2, which is Monterrey, Real Salt Lake, or Seattle. Those are the 6 possible teams for that round if we get through that. Our first round. And then beyond that, it's chaos. There's a lot of teams, a lot of potential. Did I get that right, Tony? I think I got that right.
Mm-hmm.
So get ready for it. Now, we'll get you posted when our kickoff times will be and all that. I know we've got the fake dummy ticket, I think, already popping up in our accounts. But yes, that is Leagues Cup. It's going to be a crazy month. It's going to be real. I know I mentioned, of course, the Austin FC Mazatlan game, which I'm probably going to watch tomorrow. But let's be honest, we're really watching Messi play tomorrow. Do you remember who he's playing tomorrow? Or we just remember Messi's playing tomorrow? Oh, yeah.
Azul.
Oh, yeah. My family's team. Yeah. So I'm probably going to have to turn that one in. Sandy's my wife, her dad. They're Cruz Azul people. I know Mazatlan's there, but let's be honest, that's Monarcas that just moved. So, yeah, for sure. It's Cruz Azul. So I'll be tuning in for that. So that game's tomorrow as well. And there's a bunch of games tomorrow. So definitely check it out. It's full tilt. We'll be busy. We'll be every day for about a week and a half before we get involved. Have fun with that one, right? Tony, your impressions on the way the tournament's broken down, your thoughts about who we have to play. Are you feeling pretty good about that first round once we get to it?
I'm feeling pretty good about it, but at the same time, it could be a trap game and we overlook them and it goes haywire. If you look at the lineup, it's a very interesting lineup. You see some familiar faces that are back in the lineup, so that is always very exciting to see them back. There's also a player that's playing a position that he normally doesn't play. If you want to do some homework, you can check that out as well. But other than that, it's more football that we can watch. Again, we're very blessed to watch this in our own stadium and watch these games. But at the same time, I feel like it's a cash grab for Both sides is the best way to say it.
For all sides as a cash grab. I mean, now it's just been an excuse to watch Messi before he actually plays in the league. So, are they going to go far? Let's be real, people. Miami still stinks. So, one guy can't carry a team. Not that team, at least. He's carried teams before. We know this. But that team is a hard ask. A hard ask. We'll see what happens with those dudes. They might last one game. Let's be real. So, yeah. It's on, it's happening, it's real. Definitely throw your comments about it, where you guys are thinking, what's going on with you guys on this one. If you're digging it, if you're not, if you're ready to go spend your money on this crazy tournament, if the Rose Bowl is really a thing, if we even get that far, fun times. That is for certain. I can't call favorites because I don't know where their heads are at for the Yankees either and how bad they want this thing. You don't know where teams are at, right? I mean, where their mindset is, or they want to move on. So there you go. There's your Leagues Cup preview. We'll definitely keep you guys posted and preview the next time when we're ready to get into this bad boy as well. But otherwise, let's get some comments from you guys before we call this a night. I think I see a couple that popped up, so let's go there. Wolf says Tony hit the bullseye. Lozano's not the player from the World Cup. Injuries he has build up has made Lozano flinch or panic at hard tackles. Can be problematic for LAFC. So Wolf's talking about Lozano. Again, I don't think we got to worry about it. I don't think that's happening yet. He also said bad tackle taken down after weak damages mentality. Thumbs down for Lozano. So there's the only thing we saw so far, and of course from Bam as well. So those are our quick comments there. Which, yeah, that's right. It leads us towards the end of episode. Yeah, that's the moment, everybody. Right, Tony? So let's get this thing going here. First, of course, guys, thank you all for, again, tuning in for the show. I'm going to throw this over to Tony as he's making his plans to go to a Dodger game. Right, Tony? Right, Tony? And so much more. Tony, final comments, man? Throw it out there, dude. Oh, gosh, he can't hear or can't listen. Go for it.
Have fun. Muted. I was trying to do something. Have fun at the watch parties. I know some of you are already out there watching it, especially right now. I believe the Philippines are playing right now. And this is the first time they are in the World Cup. So congratulations to the ladies for doing that.
They're beating Switzerland right now. I know.
Okay. Anywho, besides the point, let's get this so I can watch this game real quick. But besides the point, have fun at the watch parties. Have fun enjoying the Women's World Cup. Like here on the West Coast, it's a little bit easier because there's some games that are a little bit easier to watch. If you're on the East Coast, unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit tougher. It's back to early morning times, but again, it is what it is. Support. Oh, goal was offsides. Thank you, defenders.
There we go.
Cat. No, you are not getting on the camera. On the computer. Also, have fun, be safe. Can't wait to get back into the stadium and watch our men, our team, our family back there. But enjoy the week off. Enjoy the fun times while people are here. If you're going to one of the many many games, Juventus, Real Madrid, etc., have fun, drink responsibly, don't be an idiot and be dumb. So other than that, just be safe, and as Bam would say, it's okay not to be okay. Reach out, have some conversations. You never know where people are going through, and late night talks always do help out sometimes, just to kind of mirror somebody to hear what their thought process is. So that's what I want to say.
There it is. Well said, sir. Again, always got to look out for each other. That's essential. That's the part of being shoulder to shoulder. That's part of staying golden. Community is key. Protect your community. For everybody, again, traveling, going to this, even Bam traveling back from World Cup games, please be safe out there. Please be responsible. Yeah, have a good time with the games while our team is taking a little break, because there's a lot to go out there. I know, like Tony and I think we're both catching baseball games during this period because we have time to. Yeah. Otani, man, before he leaves. I'm just saying. And of course, catching up with LAFC too, because they're still playing. They don't get any time off. So that's fun too. If you haven't got a chance to go out there, check it out. And of course, yeah, be with your families if this is that case too, man, right? Am I wrong in this? No, be with the families. And of course, for all you guys, at the end of the day, we're thankful. We're thankful that you guys are tuning in. Even during an off week, we always need a vacation anyway, but you're still here with us, so that's beautiful as well. We will see how our schedule is going to play out next week, of course. We do need to preview our match against whoever we're going to play, so that's probably the next time you'll hear from us to get that one ready to go. But otherwise, we'll see you in the wild, that's for certain. All right, Tony, you know what it means, right? Final word of the day.
Stay golden, Los Angeles.
Ooh, and for me to all of you, stay golden, Los Angeles.
Thank you for listening to the Heart of LAFC. Make sure to leave us a rating and review on iTunes or Stitcher. Shoulder to shoulder, the black and gold is taking over.